Cubs are going to go all the way.
They're going to go all the way in the World Series, I'm sure of that.
I think they're going to go all the way.
All the way to the top.
I think they'll go all the way, sir. All the way, sir. All the way.
Wrigley Field, Chicago. This is the breeding ground for Cubs fever. It's a summertime malady. It causes high temperatures. The only cure is a pennant. The Cubs have been searching for that cure since 1945.
After World War II, the next 20 years or so, it was tough being a Cub fan.
Well, I gotta get the world off of my back. Oh, pretty soon I'm gonna crack.
1947 to 1966, the Cubs had one winning season. They finished 500 another time. They actually lost 100 games twice, and 11 times lost at least 90 games.
Well, it was rough. It was rough for everybody. We had suffered long enough.
One summer, we went to 10 games. They lost all 10. I really thought it was me.
In '66, when I first came up, I remember looking at the box score. The attendance was 405. 405. You could look up in the stands and you'd see more vendors than fans.
There was that old line from Jimmy Dykes, an old manager, who said, without Ernie Banks, the Cubs would finish in Albuquerque.
we were losing. I felt that, it's just me losing or me winning. Not anybody else but me. I always put the blame on me in that sense.
We just played terrible baseball. It was unbelievable, and I don't know how we survived it.
So I gotta get the world off of my back. Somehow, babe.
It replaces therapy in some sense, is that there's always tomorrow, there's always next year, and that kind of becomes your philosophy as a Cubs fan, and you end up applying it to your life.
We identified with them. We identified with them because they didn't come out on top, and neither do we. You have to remember the backdrop of America. The 60s was hell. America was in turmoil at the time. There were, people that were for the Vietnam War in this country, and there were people that were against it, and they clashed constantly. The Democratic Convention in 1968 in Chicago ended up in riots.
I know that going to the ballpark with Billy that one particular day when the game was over, Mayor Daley put in force, police on horseback, and they rushed everybody to the lake.
The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman is there to preserve disorder.
African Americans were rioting in every major city because they were feeling disenfranchised from the system. And then Martin Luther King was assassinated.
The reaction was instant all over the nation. Buildings burned on the west and south sides of Chicago, and Memphis, and Newark, and Detroit, and LA, all over the nation.
Martin Luther King was a person that, he was like me, And you felt bad about that. You felt resentful. It was tough.
I felt the game was more ways of releasing pressure and stressors on people's lives, the kids' lives who was coming to Wrigley Field and watching us play.
Ernie talked with his bat, with his glove, with his excellence, and it was a role model of what was possible.
He was so positive about everything. For the first 2 years I was there, I tried to get him to say something negative. Don't you think it's too hot today to play Ernie in here? And he said, well, Phil, it could be a lot hotter if he's out picking cotton.
My teammates, we had a lot in common, you know what I mean? And we became friends.
I think sports have had a lot to do with the social changes in America. You might have a black here, a white here, and they say things to cheer and they start cheering together, like in Wrigley Field here. they cheering for the same thing, the Cubs win. They kind of inspire you to do a little bit better. Mr. Wrigley said, I want the ball club to win. And this is why he brought Leo in.
Every day he's on my case about something. I thought, if this is Major League Baseball, you can take it and shove it, because he wore me out every day.
He hated excuses. He hated bad play. He didn't think the organization was going to lose, but we did.
I remember Leo said when he took the ball club in 1966, he said, we're not an 8th place ball club, and we wind up 10th that year. So it was kind of a funny thing. We played together, 66, 67, things started looking up. Guys started having good years. We started building a team here in Chicago. 1968, we started to make our move. Everybody in the organization had that feeling. The players I know had that feeling that we could win the pennant in 1969.
Opening day, packed ballpark. Cubs are playing the Phillies. Now, mind you, the Cardinals are expected to win the division, but the Cubs got a solid lineup. Like I said, all-stars, future Hall of Famers.
I get a base hit, and we pinch hit with Willie Smith.
Well hit, deep to right, back, high! It's all over! Willie Smith just homered! The Cubs win the game!
Oh, the crowd went crazy. People started jumping out of the stands. It was a phenomenal game.
I can still see Willie right now running around the base pad.
And look at the reception at home plate for Willie Smith! Oh, boy!
And from that moment, it seemed like everything that particular year fell in place.